We've been looking forward to harvest a lot in this episode, and I know that American farmers are excited about harvest as well. But what happens if on your operation somebody gets sick, an accident happens, and you're unable to complete that harvest? Well, it's a catastrophe for an individual farm unless you've got help. Well, joining me now is Ben Smith. He's the Farm Operations Manager for Corn Belt States at Farm Rescue. And Ben, Farm Rescue can help if we're in a challenge like that, can't they?
That's right, Mike. We've been doing this for 20 years now. It's our 20th anniversary this year, and we can provide some free equipment, labor, or any of the combination of the two to help relieve that stress on the family when they have an unexpected illness, injury, or natural disaster pop up that's going to negatively affect their normal farming operations. And we're always looking for more families to help, so we're ready to go for this fall.
Now, you mentioned 20 years in existence. Ben, if you would give us the history of Farm Rescue. You started up in the Dakotas, but the growth has just been nonstop.
Yeah, it did start 20 years ago in North Dakota with our founder, Bill Gross, who's a full-time pilot for UPS, actually, flying freight all over the world. But he still wanted to give back to the farming community when he retired, so he had the idea of maybe getting his own tractor and planter and helping a farmer plant when they suffered an illness or injury. And his co-pilot challenged him, why wait till you're retired? Let's get this going now if there's a need. And so he did. He got it going 20 years ago, and it's slowly grown into 10 states now, and we've helped over 1,200 families since it started.
Talk to us about what it's like if a farmer needs help or if a farm operation needs some assistance. How does Farm Rescue get involved, and what does that help look like from the organization?
Yeah, so as you can imagine, it's difficult for farmers to ask for help. They've grown their business by having to figure out a way to get things done themselves, and we get that. We've all been there ourselves on the farm. But typically, another family member or neighbor or somebody in the community will refer the family to us. They'll say, hey, did you hear that so-and-so suffered this? And would you mind reaching out to them to see if you might be able to help? And that's how we start the process. So we take that referral, we contact the family and ask if they've heard of Farm Rescue and tell them a little bit about how it works. Then we ask if we can help them, and that usually is a better way to start off the process. Then once we get that started, we'll do an on-site visit to the farm to see exactly what they have going on. We'll sit down with them and make a detailed plan to do the work the way they want it done. And after we have the plan in place, I go and I find the right equipment and the right volunteers to operate the equipment and show up and execute when the family wants us there.
Now, we've talked a lot about harvest, but the work that Farm Rescue can assist with is a lot bigger than just harvest, as I understand it. Ben, talk about some of the folks that you've helped. What are some of the operations you've assisted with?
Yeah, so planting is our other big operation we assist with. We do air seeding and row crop planting in our 10 states. And then we do some round hay baling as well in the summer. And of course, wheat harvest and any other crop that we can get through a John Deere combine, we can help with harvesting. Cattle feeding is the one livestock we can help with because it's primarily outdoors and machinery based, as well as just cattle feed ingredient hauling or commodity hauling with our semis.
Okay, so we got a lot of assistance there. Now, of course, you're always looking for families to help, but I imagine the component, the other side of that would be volunteers to run the combines or drive the trucks and tractors. How is Farm Rescue situated from that perspective?
Yeah, we actually are sitting pretty good on volunteers. If somebody is qualified and has some time coming up in their schedule, whether they're retiring or slowing down from work and have that flexibility and want to help, we always encourage new volunteers to sign up on our website, and we'll reach out to them to get to know them a little better with a phone interview and see if we can match them up. But we are looking for more families to help every year. We've got more volunteers right now than we have families available to assign them to. So we'd love people to refer more families and fully utilize our resources to help as many people as possible each year.
Now, geographically, as you're looking for folks, particularly for this harvest season, are you looking for more help in any particular geography, or is it just you're willing to help out in any one of the 10 states?
Yeah, North Dakota, where it all started, is typically pretty well covered. We get quite a bit of regular families signing up and everything up there, but our other 9 states, especially down here in the Corn Belt with Illinois, Wisconsin, our new state of Kentucky that we just added, we definitely want more families to sign up and get the ball rolling in those states.
Well, and of course, you'll be in Illinois a little bit later this month. Farm Rescue will be at the Farm Progress Show. We're excited to partner and tell the story of Farm Rescue, help keep farm families on their operations. But tell us a little bit about what you'll be bringing down to the Farm Progress Show.
Yeah, we can't wait to be back in Decatur. This will be the second year that we'll have our own display space through the generous donation of the folks at Farm Progress, giving us some space to have our own display and attract more people in to learn about farm rescue and spread the mission and the story. So we plan to have one of our grain hopper semis there. In the background, we'll have our Bush Light wrapped pickup, and we should have a John Deere combine and a tractor and baler and some other things there to drive the conversation and draw people in.
You know, and
We'll
that's
be at booth 1252.
booth 1252. And you mentioned the John Deere combine. You've partnered with a number of equipment manufacturers to make this happen, correct?
Correct. John Deere has been a great partner from the beginning on the equipment side that we rent or buy, but sometimes we will just send operators to run the family's equipment if that's the best solution for the case. And we run into all colors and all makes and models in that scenario, and we need people that know how to run everything.
I could see that. Everybody's farm is a little bit different. Ben, for folks that might have somebody in their family or in their community who needs help this harvest, tell us one more time, what's the Farm Rescue website to make a referral?
Yes, if they would just go to farmrescue.org, they can click on the Refer a Family button there anytime, and they can just tell us a little bit about what the family has going on, what they're suffering, and they can give us a phone number or an email or some way to contact the family, and they can remain anonymous in that referral if they prefer to do so.
Fantastic, folks. Check that out. It's a great resource. Ben Smith, thanks for joining us today.
Always a pleasure, Mike.